My grandmother was an artist. She loved to paint landscapes. And when my mom was just a little girl, she taught my mom how to paint and draw. When I was little, my mom did the same exact thing for me. And so, everything that I know and love about art is partially because my grandma was an artist. My mother still, to this day, has pictures that my grandmother painted all over her walls. She would paint streams and trails in the woods, farmhouses, fields of grain, oceans and beaches, lighthouses. And every picture she painted was so beautiful, so colorful, so lively. A few years ago, my grandmother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And my mom and dad brought her to come live with them. I quit my job and became a full-time care provider for my grandmother. I did things to help her out. I would drive her to appointments, help her bathe and get dressed, brush her teeth and hair, make sure that her diapers were clean. I would do things to help her live a good life, like take her out to eat for lunch. But one of the most important things to me was to make sure that she never missed a chance to paint. It had been something she loved her entire life, and I wanted her to keep doing it. When I found out that there was a painting class at the local senior center, I enrolled her right away. I bought her a smock to keep her clothes clean, paintbrushes, a palette, a canvas, and I took her up to the class. But when we got there, Grandma didn't want to paint. I took her home. I said, "It's okay, we'll try again next week. It's not a big deal, Grandma. You don't feel like it, you don't feel like it." And a few days later, Grandma was looking at a painting that she had done on the wall, and she said, "I remember painting that lighthouse. I remember sitting on the beach, and I remember the feeling of the wind as I painted that painting." And I said, "Do you miss painting, Grandma?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Well, let's go back to the senior center. Let's take that class. You can paint again." So we did. We went back. We went to the senior center. We got her smock. We sat down to paint, and it was so odd. It's almost hard to explain, because even though we were painting a landscape, my grandma, she was painting mud. It was just brown and green smeared together, piled on top of itself, with no lines, no definition, nothing. Just darkness. Just unclear, foggy darkness. I couldn't understand why she was having such a hard time. She tried a few more times to paint, but that was it. Bit by bit, I watched my grandmother disappear. Everything I knew about her, everything that she knew about herself, faded away. And she died, leaving that muddy brown mess, the very last painting that she ever tried to do. Art defines me as a person. And the thought of having that taken away by a disease, erased from my mind forever, is terrifying. I watched this happen to my grandmother. and it was one of the most painful things I've ever had to sit back and see. Helpless to do anything. Unable to stop it. Alzheimer's is one of the most horrible diseases that we face today. So my question to you guys is, have you ever seen somebody suffering from this disease? If so, please tell me how you dealt with it in the comments below. If you liked this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you want to learn more about Alzheimer's and the charities that benefit research to cure this disease, check the description box. I'm going to have some links there for you. If you want to hear more story times from me, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post a new story every single Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.